Hello friends, today I will discuss the simplified quadrilateral speed time curve for traction. So here the relation among the principal quantities in the quadrilateral diagram will be discussed. In other words, we can say to know the relation among the maximum speed V1 and the speed V2, average speed VA, distance between these stations capital D, and the acceleration, retardation, and retardation due to coasting. Next, assumptions. Here the first assumption is the free running period is absent. Second assumption, distance between the stations is less than 10 kilometers or maximum equal to 10 kilometers. Similarly, third assumption is here we assume the acceleration period and the coasting period are more, whereas retardation period is less. So to get the relation among principal quantities in the quadrilateral speed time curve, we follow the procedure like this. The first thing is we have to draw the quadrilateral diagram and then define the terms alpha, beta, beta c, T1, T2, T3, TVA. Here alpha means it is the acceleration, beta is retardation, beta c is retardation due to coasting, T1 is the acceleration period, and T2 is the coasting period, T3 is braking period, or this is also a retardation period, and T is the total time, that is T is equal to T1 plus T2 plus T3, and VA is the average speed which is equal to the distance between the stops capital D divided by the total time small t. Then the third step is write the distance equation in terms of area. Next fourth step is replace T1 plus T2 comma T2 plus T3 with T minus T3 comma T minus T1 respectively. If you observe properly here, so we know small t is equal to T1 plus T2 plus T3. So when you want to replace T1 plus T2 means you have to subtract T3 from the small t. So that is what we have written. Similarly here we are replacing T2, T3 like this. Next, replace T1, T3 with alpha and beta respectively in the equation. Next, find the k value. This k value is nothing but k is equal to 1 by alpha plus 1 by beta. Next, get the V2 in terms of V1, beta C, T1. Next, eighth step is put V2 value in the equation of D to get V2 in terms of V1, BC, beta, etc. Let capital D is the distance between the two stations in kilometers, and alpha is the acceleration in kilometer per hour per second, and beta is retardation in kilometer per hour per second, and beta c is the retardation due to coasting in kilometer per hour per second, and T1 is accelerating period in seconds, T2 is coasting period in seconds, T3 is retardation period in seconds or braking period in seconds. So total time small t is equal to T1 plus T2 plus T3, in seconds. And then average speed, we can write VA is equal to d by t. This is nothing but distance between these two stations divided by actual time of run of the train. So from this we can also write alpha, that is acceleration, is equal to v1 by t1. So here when we look at the quadrilateral diagram, speed time curve. So on y-axis we have the speed in kilometer per hour per second, whereas on x-axis we have the time in seconds. So which is represented by small t, and here this is t1. T1 is the acceleration period, whereas T2 is the coasting period and T3 is the retardation period. So if you see between the PQ, it is nothing but curve of acceleration. So to know the acceleration, we represent alpha is equal to V1 by T1. So that is V1 is the maximum speed divided by time to reach that maximum speed from 0 is T1. So alpha is equal to V1 by T1. Next, beta C means this is the coasting period. The speed difference of two speeds is V1 minus V2 divided by the time period for this is T2. That is beta C. So beta C is equal to V1 minus V2 divided by T2. So similarly, we find what is called the retardation, that is beta is given by V2 divided by T3. So that is what we can, so we can write alpha is equal to V1 by T1, and from that we can write T1 is equal to V1 by alpha. Similarly, beta C is equal to V1 minus V2 divided by T2. From that we can write T2 is equal to V1 minus V2 divided by beta C. So similarly, retardation beta is given by V2 divided by T1, and from that we can write T3 is equal to V2 by beta. So now, to know the distance between the two stops, which can be represented by capital D, is given by the area of the curve formed due to the speed time curve. So if you look at this quadrilateral triangle diagram, so we find that this is one triangle, this is another triangle, this is another triangle, this is a rectangle. So if we calculate these areas, this is A1, A2, A3 and A4, and if we add all those, then what we get is nothing but distance between the two stations. So now we write a distance between the two stations or two stops, capital T is equal to area of this, that is PQLU is this triangle. Next, area of QLR. Next, area of LRTU, that is this, plus area of RST. So since we have represented these areas with letters like this, so we can write D is equal to A1 plus A2 so we can write A1 plus A2 plus A3 plus A4. So now when we calculate this A1 is nothing but a triangle with the highest speed V1, so half V1 T1 plus A2, that is also a triangle, so we can write half into V1 minus V2 into period for this, that is T2, plus A3 is nothing but rectangle, so length into width, that is V2 into T2, plus again a triangle, that is A4, that is given by half V2 T3. Now we further simplify this equation, so then we get half V1 T1 plus half V1 T2 minus half V2 T2 plus V2 T2 plus half V2 T3. So from this we can write like this: half V1 into T1 plus T2, because we have the half V1 common, so we get like this. Next, half V2 T2 plus half V2 T3. So next we can write further like this: half V1 into T1 plus T2 plus half V2 into T2 plus T3. Now we replace as per procedure this T1 plus T2 in terms of T and T3. So half into V1 into T minus T3. So this comes because small t is equal to T1 plus T2 plus T3. So from that we get this, plus half V2, and we replace T2, T3, T2 plus T3 in terms of small t and T1 like this, that is T minus T1. Next, if we further simplify, we get like this: half V1 into T minus half V1 T3 plus half V2 T minus half V2 T1. And we further simplify it, then we get half T into V1 plus V2 minus half V1 T3 plus half V2 T1. Now we already know that alpha is equal to V1 by T1, and from that T1 is nothing but V1 by alpha. Similarly beta we know, that is V2 by T3. So from that we can write T3 is equal to V2 by beta. So we substitute these values in this equation, and also we use this beta c, that is equal to V1 minus V2 divided by T2. So from the beta c equation we can write V2 is equal to V1 minus beta c into T2, and this we further write like this: V2 is equal to V1 minus beta c, and T2 we write in terms of T, T1, T3 like this, that is T minus T1 minus T3. So from this further we can write V2 is equal to V1 minus beta c into T minus this T1 we replace with V1 by alpha, and similarly T3 with V2 by beta. And from this we can further simplify like this: V2 is equal to V1 minus beta c into T minus V1 by alpha plus beta c V2 divided by beta. So from this further we can write like this: V2 into 1 minus beta c divided by beta, that is equal to V1 minus beta c into T minus V1 by alpha. So from this we can write V2 is equal to V1 minus beta c into T minus V1 by alpha divided by 1 minus beta c divided by beta. So once we know this V1, T, alpha, beta and beta c, we can calculate V2. So once we know the V2 and the maximum speed V1, so then we can calculate what is the total distance traveled. Further, we can write this distance between the stops like this. So we have the equation that is half t into v1 plus v2 minus half v1 t3 plus half v2 t1, and we know the relations, uh, that is alpha, beta, v1, t1. From this we can write t1 is equal to v1 by alpha, beta is v2 by t3. From this t3 we can write v2 by beta, and we replace this t3 and t1 in terms of this v1 by alpha and v2 by beta. So we can write d is equal to half t into v1 plus v2 minus half v1 into v2 by beta plus half v2 v1 by alpha. So further we can simplify like this: half t into v1 plus v2 minus, here we have the half v1 v2 common, so we write half v1 v2 into 1 by beta plus 1 by alpha, and we write, let us say 1 by alpha plus 1 by beta is a constant k. So once we write k in this equation, we get the distance between the stops, capital D is equal to half into T into V1 plus V2 minus half K into V1 V2. So that is, just by knowing the value of V2 and K value, we can calculate what is the distance between the two stops. So these two equations, that is V2 and D, are very important to solve the problems based on this quadrilateral speed time curve